Hello, welcome to the Natural View. I'm Maggie Jacqua, editor-in-chief of Whole Foods Magazine, and I'm here with Todd Pali of 24 Stories Marketing. Hello.
Hey, how's it going, Maggie? Happy spring. Almost.
Spring is finally here. We actually had a warm day. It's like snowing again, but I'll take it.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to talk about the April issue.
All right, we got a lot crammed into that issue as usual. So let's talk about it.
Yeah, we should already be talking like twice as fast right now to get everything in. So I'll try to speed up my rate here. Let's start off with immune health. So you have had this ongoing series. This is part 4 of 4. So the final article in the series. Can you tell me a little bit about what this one focuses on?
So in this one, we're talking about beyond supplements. Obviously, lifestyle we covered, supplements we covered, all important, but there's so much more you can do. This one touches a lot on functional foods that are have healthy ingredients in there, so that for people having pill fatigue or people like me who don't want to swallow huge pills, there's plenty of things that you can do and eat that are delicious. Work those into your diets for added support. And we also talk about shots, not the immunization kind.
Sorry.
Yep. So, and it's St. Patrick's Day, right? So yeah, we're talking about shots, right. But a healthier shot. It can be a green juice shot, but yeah. So we talk about shots. There's a lot of new products coming onto the market that are functional, super healthy, so you can get your nutrients that way for an added boost.
Now to see all the more retail brands come in and kind of make this more of a thing, I thought was excellent, because it's it's going to reach a wider amount of people, and it's just another way to get these nutrients and support your immune health and overall health, I guess, in general. So interesting. I thought that was a cool category development.
Absolutely. And we also touch on nasal sprays. We've touched on nasal irrigation in the series as well. Just looking at all the things that you can do to support yourself now as we're still dealing with this pandemic and going forward, just to make sure that your body and your immune function is optimized and give you the best chance of feeling your best.
Yeah, I thought it was excellent. I love your point about, whether or not people have pill fatigue or just would rather take it in a different format, or, like you said, in these times, just any little thing you can do to give yourself an extra boost, why not? So yeah, excellent stuff. And then let's move on a little bit to plant-based, because there's functional foods, and then we zero in on plant-based foods, and you talk quite a bit about that in the April issue.
So plant-based just continues to grow and grow and grow. We talk about this is not a niche market. This is huge. In this feature, we cover some of the new trending ingredients and products, but what we really look at is merchandising plant-based, because the debate continues on where do you put it? Where do people want to see it? So we have several experts, from the brand side and the retail side, talking about what works best with their products, what works best in store, to help give you the debate continues. I mean, a wide range of opinions as to where these things should be placed. But there's information in terms of, for the retailers, how your store functions and what might be best for your store. So definitely some good perspectives in there to help get you thinking about it.
Yeah, I love the fact that it doesn't come down, it's not like there's a conclusion to be reached. I love the fact that you're offering these different voices and different opinions about where to merchandise that. Personally, I kind of fall on the side of in general, you have a point in there about signage and how let's celebrate it more. Let's make it more of this presence in the stores with signage in the frozen section and elsewhere pointing out meatless options or meat alternatives. So I thought that was
and let people know, because you have the people who are, vegans who know where to go. And then you have this kind of, they call it the veg curious, who, are open to trying it. And if they see it there next to the meat product, they're like, oh, you know what, I'll give this a try. I've heard about this. I'll pick it up. So you want to reach everybody.
Yeah, I think that's good. And then speaking of, more widespread adoption, plant-based proteins have been a story for the last, few years. And, as this has been a period, for me personally, going out and 24 Stories has been filming a lot of athletes for client campaigns. And I can't tell you like how many, well, I could tell you, but it's a lot about how many people in the past 6 months, athletes, Olympic hopefuls, people training for big events have switched to plant-based protein in particular. And so I think that long-going myth of, hey, I'm a runner, I'm a swimmer, I'm a whatever type of endurance athlete or strength athlete, even if you're casual, there's always that question of, can I get enough protein on a plant-based diet? And it feels to me, at least, that question has been put to rest by so many of these elite athletes that see the benefit.
Absolutely. We had a great blog in the magazine last year, and we linked to it in this current feature because it's so relevant still. But it was an ethical vegan, and somebody just kind of sampling plant-based, talking about where they want it positioned. But the interesting part is the person who was just kind of sampling it and trying it out. She's a power lifter or something. She's competitive. She's been recognized, and she talks about how she always thought it was protein. She needs all this protein, and she switched to more plant protein, and it basically transformed her health, her outlook, her game, everything. So, a lot of testimonials about how positive making that switch can be.
Yeah, that's excellent. And then I think there's also, there's a component to the story and the issue about retailer education, and I think it's so important. And again, another opportunity for retailers to really slide in with information that people, as they're going down this journey of maybe even just trying to add a little more plant-based food to their diets, everyone's going to have questions. And this is the perfect place for retail staff to offer some education, because I can tell you, you from personal experience, and also I have this friend. Let me tell you about this friend for 20 seconds. He has been meatless for 20 years. But what that means to him is if we go out to dinner, it's probably like a plate of fries and like, a Coke. Like it ain't good, right? And so I think there's this way to be plant-based and be really healthy. But on the other side of that coin is you can also be plant-based and really enjoy it, in terms of finding dishes and finding ways to eat that will become some of your favorites. Plant-based doesn't mean suffering through something you don't enjoy, and it doesn't mean that it's automatically healthy. You have to find that balance. Retailers can play such a huge role in that.
Absolutely, pointing to people, and some of the brands have like recipe ideas online and such too. So there's so much that you can help pass on to your consumers, your customers, to help them see that. And of course, the innovation in this category is huge and evolving, and taste and texture, everything is getting better. So good things to come, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, that's excellent. And then, one other thing here, it is awards season. The Grammys just happened, right? There are some other ones, I'm sure, that I haven't paid attention to. Yeah. But you have some big awards coming up, right?
We have our big awards, the Natural Choice Awards. And what's special about these awards and why we're so proud of them is that the natural products retailers, independent retailers, natural products retailers are the ones voting. So they're the ones saying, you are the brand that has made a huge difference in our business this year, and we want to recognize you. So it's not just, us, the editors, saying, we like this, we like that. It's the retailers. And so our winner of the top honor this year, once again, is Bluebonnet Nutrition for full supplement line. They have won that award many times in the past years. So we recognize them again. And Now Foods came in with the runner-up for full supplement line. So kudos to both of those brands.
Very cool. Yeah.
We look at a bunch of categories and say, which brands the retailers are pointing to. So definitely check that out in the April issue.
Yeah, for sure. I love the fact that it is retailer chosen, and then also, it's also this great reference for retailers to kind of looking, what are other people recommending, and so it works on both levels. So
absolutely, what's selling well? What are the customers embracing? So it's a great market point there.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, last thing, let's give a little bit of a preview, a little foreshadow to something that you guys are calling Trade Show Remix. And
Trade
I
Show
love this. So go ahead.
Yeah, so right as we were getting ready to close out this issue while we were working on April, we got the news that Expo West is once again not happening in person, and obviously everybody's disappointed, but it's the right decision, is what has to be done. But so we got together as a team at Whole Foods to see what can we do to help the brands and the retailers still connect and communicate. So our Trade Show Remix will debut in our May issue, and it's going to give brands a chance to showcase whatever they would have been showcasing. So we're saying we're thinking outside the booth. So we're bringing the booth to you. And in the magazine, we'll have Eli codes, which if you're not familiar with Eli codes, we've done another Natural View podcast educating all about those. And that's like a code that lets you connect digitally to everything that the brand wants to showcase that they would have had on display at their booth. So retailers can find out about new product launches, research, show deals. So this Trade Show Remix in the May issue and also online will be a chance to kind of have the expo experience without flying to Anaheim. So
yeah, right. Well, hey, that's another example of Whole Foods Magazine yet again coming up with something that's innovative, that's trying something a little new. It's a little scrappy, you kind of pull this together to try to fill in some gaps, which that's worked out really well so far. And it's just so cool that you guys are giving everyone opportunities to do that. So I'm excited to check them out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, is that it? I mean, that's a lot. So
that's a lot. I guess on that note, obviously there's tons more web exclusive blogs. Everything is up on WholeFoodsMagazine.com. So we hope everybody checks that out, and we'll touch base again next month.
Yeah, sounds good. Great to catch up with you, Maggie.
All right, you too.